Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Modded Megaquarium in Brutal Campaign Mode. Thank you very much for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So I've brought you in here because we are actually very close to a rank 8 and we've got a decent amount of money, so I thought this would be a good place to carry on from. So I'm going to press play because we've got another talk here lined up, which is one of these big prestige making talks, and I think this may end up pushing us over into rank 8. I'm hoping so, at least. We are dropping back down drastically, so I'm hoping this will kick us back up. It may do, it may not, I don't know, but this seems to be quite difficult to push over. So one of the things I want to do in the first instance today to try and kick us over into rank 8 is try and fill this up with some decor items. I don't really need to pause the game for this either, so we can let it tick on in the background. So if we come up here, we can have a look at a decor, and I suppose we can just basically start filling this place up. I will definitely want an anchor in, and I'm thinking that this tank can actually have maybe 2 or 3 of individual things as well. So we've got that in. We can get in one of these cannons, and we might actually set up a nice little scene over here. We've got easily enough space to be able to do this. So we've got a cannon pointing at the we've got a cannon pointing at the tower. We're just about missing it. Look at that, that's good. And then if we have some pirate treasure around there as well, and some barrels, looking like it is some powder kegs, and one there. It's got some powder kegs, so a cannon with the, I might put some loose live rocks around here as well with a pirate chest, and that'll be quite nice for there. We've got an ancient gate. There we go, perfect. Just exactly what we wanted. Rank 7 up to rank 8. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, we've got a lot to do now. And this is going to be made a lot easier, this level now. I think one of the first things I'm going to research is this Uber triple filter here. I want to know how much it costs. And it should be actually fairly fast to research as well. And then the next thing will be the large nitrate reactor, because we do need those. So we're going to go for that first. Let's have a look at these ones. Achilles sturgeonfish and a wolffish. Still can't put that in. However, I did see we do have these southern stingrays. We've got 2 of these, 3,500, and these, when they're fully grown up, will actually be able to go into this tank. So let's get next research here. Let's have a look at rank 8. Now, of course, we will have a lot more to add into this as well. This one here is a starfish. It is warm water. It cannot be housed with other non-inverts. Right, okay, so we can't have that one in, unfortunately. However, oh no, that's a warm water one. We still can't add that to the other tank either. And the same with this one, we can't add either of these feather stars in, unfortunately. However, what we could do is actually make another one of those raised tanks to house both of these. And what else do we have in here? Anything decent, anything big, first of all. Can't really see anything that huge. However, the red fan worm, it's cold water, so we can't put that in. So no, it doesn't look like there is much that we could put in here, which is a huge shame. So let's get the beautiful feather star and then the saw-tooth feather star, and we'll make another little raised tank down at the back for them. So in here, we were just about to add in an ancient gate, just over here, and let's see, let's get a lantern in as well. That can be lighting up this area here. Over by the ancient gate as well, we have some other stuff we can put in for that. I think we want to have some nets in. We'll create a little ship area over here, which we will have the shells around there. There is the Uber triple filter. That's going to be big. That's going to be extremely expensive as well. We're going to go for the Uber chiller as well. Get these in. And then next, we've got some of this stuff as well, which I think would be quite nice to add in around this ancient gate. So if we added in one there, what else do we have in the way of those? Temple ruins. That's a background. That's a gateway. I mean, this is huge. I like this. So if we put that in, let's say there, and then we've got some other little bits of ruins here. So if we placed one of those down there, and their backgrounds, and that one, that creates a nice little bit here. So in the centre of this, we could actually put in some vegetation. And if we said, there's the Uber chiller, with a mega double filter next. Oh, hang on. We are running out of quality in this tank. So that actually gives us a perfect opportunity to find what the extra stuff is all about here. So we've just got, well, we're actually currently researching this mega double filter, but let's find out just how expensive the rest of this stuff is. I reckon it's going to be extremely expensive. So we have the Uber filter, which is 33,000. We have the Uber skimmer, which is 82,000. And then we have 769,628. Right, we're never getting one of them. 25,000 for the Uber chiller. Wow, I did not expect it to be quite that expensive. This needs to be modified, this needs to be changed, because you cannot use that unless you are doing a unlimited money sandbox. That's the only situation where you could ever use this, unless you actually cheese it in enough to get the bonus there. But even with that, that's a lot pressing F1. That's a huge amount. That's silly money, and this is why the filtration is out of order now. But I think we're not going to be able to do too much with that, apart from maybe fill this up with a load of filtration stuff, which is what I'm going to try first. I'm going to try a bit of passive filtration. So let's actually see on here. If we say what is it called? Filter power. And we say plant. Then down here we can see all of the different stuff with filter power that are plants. And so we've got some stuff down here which are actually very good with shellweed. And so I think we might add in quite a lot of this. Found in deep tidal pools, the leaves have felt-like texture. That's the actual one. I think this was supposed to be the description rather than the name of this thing. But let's get some of this shellweed in, because that might actually kick us back over if we get enough of this. And yes, it has. Look at that. So if we put enough of that in, and then we add some of these. Let's add a little bit in there and over here. And then maybe some red algae. Let's get some different colours into here. Now, we don't have much of different colours apart from that red algae at the moment. So we'll definitely add some of this in. But we will actually want some green in as well. I believe this may be deep enough to add in some of the deeper stuff that we have. So if we get into here, and I think some of the kelp, the large kelp, may fit into here, but it doesn't. That's a shame. So we come up and we delete that large kelp. Then the medium kelp definitely will. So we'll add some of this around as well. And there, and over there. That's looking a lot better, isn't it? And I think we want something in the centre as well. Maybe... Oh wow. Look at some of this. And what would it be? Oh, okay. These aren't actually that big. Oh, that's quite nice actually. Yeah, let's add some of this in the centre. Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that. So it's just different styles of kelp there. Is there anything else decor we want to add in? I think there might be. We can actually press play again now actually as well. And see how much our prestige goes up. And then if we come into here again and press decor, let's get a pagoda in just down there. Let's get a skull in as well. So that'll be just there. What else do we have? We've got all of that. We've got those, got those, got those. Ah, the Aztec blocks. I think that's the only one we don't have. So if we put that, let's say up here. And there we go. That is pretty much all of the decor items, all the aquascaping items we have in there. I think we could probably do with some more rocks and stuff. So if we have a look, I do like using live rocks. We only have the basic live rocks, right? Or do we, actually? Looks like we might have some small live rocks. Okay, here we go. So let's just dot these around as well. There we go. It's one of the best ways to place them down randomly. Yeah, that looks so much better than it did before. We're able to research everything up for rank 8. And Romeo has leveled up. I don't mind about that. That's okay. We are still in the red. I'll wait for a bit. We haven't actually spent any money on this day. So I'm going to wait until the end of this day, just see how much money we have. We're making per day. And hopefully this will bring more guests in as well, the more prestige we have in the aquarium. The higher level we are now, we're actually making more money on ticket sales per day as well. What is our ticket sales at the moment? Let's just get that one. Ticket sales 110. So we're now on, yeah, 642. That was a relatively expensive day though for the food. So we will carry on watching this, carry on playing it out. I want to get all these popcorn carts in once they research, and I'm going to research these 2 pepper stars as well. So join me back once all that is done. So I've let this run on for a while now. I've actually changed those chrysal tanks up to a proper chrysal tank here. It's a lot better for them, but people don't seem to mind, but there's nothing else in it apart from these. So I think this may have some special logic in it that turns off the negative feedback for an empty tank, or at least a tank empty of the decor items. So that's good, because I've tried putting stuff in this, but it just sits on the floor at the bottom, and it looks really, really silly. So I'm glad we don't have to worry about that. It does mean, though, we can put some more stuff into this now. So if we come into here and go for chrysal, let's have a look. Chrysal, there we go. We want to add in we've got one of these and one of these. So I definitely want to put one more each of those in, the Pacific Sea Nettle as well. But also we can add in a couple of these purple striped jellies as well now. So it can only have one of them in there, because it dislikes conspecifics. So we'll add one of those in. We need some krill back here. You can see I've laid this out a little bit differently. I'll go through the changes that I've made. So if we come to this menu here, we can grab some krill and put that down there. So I've changed a little bit round back here. I've added in these large nitrate filters and the mega double filter just over here, trying to cut down on the amount of machines. Just realised as well we could do the same over here, so we'll take those two out. I've also put the mega chiller in, and I am planning on putting the uber chiller in. We do actually have enough money for that if we wanted to now, but I think the 220 will be okay. As soon as we put another tank on though, we may want to change it out for this. So I want the mega double filter here, and if we put that on, that'll be a lot better. So this tank looks like it's okay. The next thing I want to do, if we pause, I want to take these 4 bits out there, because I want to put another one of these raised tanks in. So if we go for a raised tank and we turn it around the right way, we bring it up to its maximum size, we put some harbour side paint on it, and we add in a platform and a stair, and then this should be able to link in to this tank here. And so now we have a hot water raised tank. So in this tank we want to add in the feather stars. So if we have a look for the feathers, we now have this beautiful feather star and the sawtooth feather star here. Now this one grows up to size 7 and this one grows up to size 4. So if we had 2 of these in, that's 14. 2 of these in, that's 8. 3 of these in, that would be 12. In fact, we could have 4 of these and 2 of these. Or 3 of these and 2 of these. Maybe we'll go... These are actually harder to feed. Yeah, so we'll go for 1, 2, 3 of those. So that is 21. And then 2 of these. That'll take it up to size 29. Once everything is done. And I'm going to make sure that these are on a proper feed here. And we will definitely want some uber feeders on these. And I think I might actually add them in now because this is not getting done quickly enough. There we go. No, it's definitely not being done quickly enough. So yeah, I'm definitely going to invest a bit. No, I don't want to sell because we still need them over there for the chrysals. But at least in one of these, I want to take some pressure off the staff here. And we will say in here, we come down, we have the Uber auto feeder. So if we add that in there, and then because it's the Uber auto feeder, we can add any kind of food into it. So if we then say Artemia, was it Artemia or was it zooplankton? Let's have a look. No, it's zooplankton. My apologies. Wow, that would have been bad. So if we change this over for zooplankton, there we go. And it will actually take overnight to be able to do that. So I'm not going to sell it because means I will lose like 2,000 money. So these depreciate. That's not good. We've got this one unlocked. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this list, but it is taking quite a while to get down through it. I think the next one I'll go for is going to be... it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'll go for the Japanese dragon eel. We will want to move this up to there like that, so that we can then put another autopedia of the zooplankton onto this tank as well. And we want to add in similar style of stuff onto here. I definitely want the feather calpura. So I'll go into vegetation menu. I don't know why I always get the menus wrong so often. But there we go. And we'll get some live rocks. I'll get a couple of different live rocks into here. One down the bottom there. I think we might put a skull in this one. So we'll come down to here. We will grab... I think we've got one of everything else. It seems. Yeah, so we'll grab a skull and we'll put that down in that corner just there. And then we want some of the feather calpura. So there we go. Right, that's that one in. Let's press play. I also want to have a look at the podiums and see what's available to us. So once the lag kicks in, we will come down, grab a podium, stick it just there, and see in here we have purple striped jelly. We could get some more ecology, and if we have that at 3 o'clock every other day, and we will move this to this side just there, because that's in this tank here. So yeah, I think that is everything we need to do there. Oh, no, 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 no. Eaten by Atlantic sea nettle. Oh dear, right, okay, that's... I didn't realise they would eat each other. Didn't quite read everything on here. Right, so... Oh, it's because it was really small. It grows up to be size 6. Right, okay, I'm going to... Because we know this can work, I'm going to take... Oh, it was the Atlantic sea nettle, wasn't it? Right, let's just take everything out. Let's put the moon jelly... If we have a look for Chrysal again, let's put another moon jelly in, and also the purple striped jelly. Make sure this is still on the same thing. Yes, it is. And I think we can also put the Pacific ones in, can we? How long does this take to grow? It's moon jelly 5, 10 days. This takes 4 days. So no, we will let this moon jelly grow up, and then we will add the other stuff in, because then everything will be okay. Purple striped jelly. What are these, size 4? We're gonna have to... We're gonna have to put these in, let them grow up. Or what? Yeah, and then put these in, let them grow up, and then put these in. So we will be able to do it, it'll just take a bit of time. So currently we're waiting for the moon jelly to grow up, and the purple striped jelly. And then we should be okay for the rest of it. So now the moon jellies have grown up, we've added in the Atlantic nettles and the purple striped jelly, and now we should just need to add in the Pacific sea nettles, and everything should work together nicely then. But if we ever want to add anything more into there, we will have to be very, very careful about how we add them in and in what order. We may need a separate nursery tank to be able to grow them up before we put them into here. I've also worked out that I did have these feeding things wrong. On the description of this Uber feeder here, it does actually say, cannot be used to feed animals which require skill, these must be fed by hand. So I've changed it over a bit. I've added one in here for the live mysis shrimp in here. However, this hasn't been fed sponge pellets. Why hasn't it been fed sponge pellets? It's being fed now. Right, okay. So I've added in... Is it... Right. Feed them sponge pellets. Good, that's okay. So we're not keeping on top of that. Maybe we actually need some more feeding. So if we come down to here, I think you've definitely got some feeding skill that can go up. Lorenzo has some feeding skill that can go up. And Yvette, you don't have feeding. Let's actually give you some feeding. There we go. So beginning of the next day, probably just, yep, the next level ups, which we will read but keep to ourselves. I wanted to add the popcorn stands in. Oh yeah, no, sorry, just before we do, I've added in a herring dispenser onto this tank. However, it runs out every single day. So I want to save up and add another one in, because we're still having to feed them by hand, but it is taking down the amount that we actually need to do with that. I've managed to get rid of the live mysis shrimp completely. So we're not actually paying for them, we're just paying for what we use from this. So that's very good. The Pacific sea nettles, I actually put 3 of them in. Oh no, purple striped jelly has grown up. Okay. So all of those are grown up now. So nothing in here is going to eat each other. We'll get that cleaned up as soon as we can. Yeah, and let's add in these popcorn stands and a new bin, apparently, as well. So we've actually got a couple of things we can add into here. Go for the next one. We're actually down to the last screen on rank 8 now, that's good. So in here we have the popcorn stand, which we're going to add in just there. We also have another bin, we're going to add just there. And we have the copper band toy shelf, which we're going to add in just there. And then over here, I want to move all of this down again. I might as well move all this down right down to the bottom. And these two, because then we can add in a couple of copper band toy supplies, just there and there. That'll be good for them. And we want to add in a couple more of these as well, because these are going to be good money makers, these copper band. So over here we will add one into here. Copper band toy shelf. We've got some balloons over here. We are going to need some more staff as well. Let's hire a new member of staff who can do gift shop. Tobias can do gift shop. And I think that might be it. Oh, we're over 2,000 prestige now. That's incredible. We just need a few more guests and then we are done with this level. Tick just back underneath it. I always thought Dante was really good at talking. Ah, he is. You just need to teach him. Right. And yeah, so I've been looking for talking to see if Dante was there. But it's not. So we're going to go for Tobias here to get the gift shop. And also we're going to go to manage on Tobias. You are down at the bottom there. I just want you to do gift shop mainly. We're also going to go to advanced and turn off your the feeding that requires skills. We're not going to allow you to do any of that. I also just want to do a check through these just to make sure that I've turned it off for some of the people that may have leveled up, and actually have it on for those with very, very low feeding skill. So I do not want this person trying to feed these guys zooplankton, because it'll just take 3 days to do one feeding. It'll be ridiculous. You've got feeding 5, so you could actually do some of this, but I'm going to say again, you're not allowed to do the very, very high skill stuff. However, we have like a feeding 10 here. In fact, with Xavier, I'm going to say you're not allowed to do anything which is no skill and anything which is low skill. I just want you working on the high skill stuff, because we need to keep on top of these, and the others just aren't going to be able to do it. Romeo as well, you are idle, so it may actually be worth training you up with something else, because you are mainly fixing and a bit of cleaning. I might actually turn this around, so we've actually put you up to the max on cleaning, and then just put you on normal fixing. So anything which needs cleaning, you will go to that straight away, and I'm going to do that with you as well on Ilsa. And you are not able to do the max stuff. Okay, so I think that'll be okay for now. We will press play and make sure that's gone through all right. So yeah, we've got somebody else to do gift shop, and made sure all our priorities are okay with that. We do need a bit more money to be able to do another feeder on here, and also I want to add in maybe a couple more tanks over here somewhere, so that we can try and get our guests up, because we know we can get over 2,000 now, which is one of the win conditions. We just need more guests to enter the place, and that just means putting more stuff in. So finally this episode, let's add in the other one of these Uber feeders and hope that actually fulfills all the needs that we have for feeding here. So if we do herring on this, and then wait for 1 day just to see if both of these actually get destroyed at the very beginning of the day. Basically this just says 0 all the way through, and 115, excellent. So we are actually now feeding these automatically every day. But that is everything we have time for today. We'll be carrying on and probably finishing this level next episode. I do want to make things a bit more pretty. Obviously we've just kind of stuck stuff down here. So between episodes I might do a bit of a rework just to make things a little bit more pretty. I've got a couple of ideas about what I want to do. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.